Rev up your engines, Hotshot. It's time to race. In Hotshot Racing is the name of the game today. And it's a very colorful racing game. It's kind of like the really ancient virtual racing, which came out like, what, 20, 30 years ago and looks that old. It gives you like a classic Sega arcade game vibe to it. It sort of meets Speed Racer with the personalities, which is a good thing. Many different racers to choose from, I think like 5 to 10 from various countries, Canada, Korea, whatever, USA. It only seems like there's 4 cars to choose from, which is kind of weird. Like, there's so many characters, but like 4 different cars. Like, what are the rest of the guys driving? If there's 4 cars and 10 people, like, anyways. There's 20 tracks to race on and 3 difficulties. I found even on easy, it was not easy. It felt like somewhere between hard and whatever the, expert, I guess, is what's here. Now, the tracks seem, I don't know, some people said the tracks seem alright, some people said the tracks seem short or long, and I felt like they were a little bit longer than they should be for Arcade Racer. And like, apparently there's a mirror mode too after you beat the game, I think entirely all the cups, which adds like, in theory, another 20 tracks, but like, they're pretty much the same tracks, you just, you know, reversed it. I didn't try the multiplayer, I have to admit. I heard some people saying it wasn't good from what I remember, so what that is as it is. There's a lot of challenges to unlock like new suits and like different parts, and there's new cars apparently. I don't know, I only saw 4 cars there, but I know there's definitely other car parts and like paints, decals you can do. Definitely, yeah, like the highlight of this game is you feel like you're actually going fast, and a lot of racers can't get this down pat, and it's actually really hard to do from my understanding in a racing game, so you really do feel like you're speeding away in a race car. And also the other bonus is like the game looks really nice and colorful, and the stages look pretty decent. Now, and it emphasizes drifting, and I'm not sure how the drifting fits in because I didn't really manage to do it, but they also apparently had problems in making this game because they wanted to make it more like F-Zero, where you're like purposely smashing other cars, and you can see that with the way the AI is coded too. But like, the tracks are not like, the tracks themselves are so wide that like it feels like they're too wide, like it's too much open space. It's kind of hard to explain, but and the biggest gripe is, yeah, it did feel like F-Zero in a bad way. Like, just some F-Zero games are so cheap and like intense and hard, and it's like that's gonna turn off like everyone except for the hardcore. And like, I'd say like the other big thing is the music is pretty upbeat, but it's like a guitar rock meets electronica. But I'd say like that the graphics and the music are probably the biggest highlights, but the controls are for the cars, at least I only tried the first car, but it seemed way too floaty for like being able to drive. Like, you had to really ease up on the pedal, and even then like you'd be sort of floating around the track. And it also seems like the cars, like, I don't know how they programmed the AI in this, but it seems like even if you save your nitros for like the best moment, the best possible moment, the other cars somehow manage to like catch up to you. And like, it's not just one car that catches up to you, which would make sense, but somehow like they have like some sort of like radio chat going on, because it's 2 or 3 of them just sneak up out of nowhere, and it's like, how did they sneak up? I just used a nitro, like I boost way ahead of these guys, and like all 3 of them managed to like sneak up to you and like ram the side of you. And if you get rammed, it's a big deal. Like, it can put you back like 3 to 6 spots, and like, it's not just once, like in one league that this happens. This happens every race at least once, if not 3 to like 5 times. So it's kind of like ridiculous, like in a racing game where it seems like they compensated. An arcade race game doesn't usually get like this intense, and like the AI is not that aggressive, so it feels like they designed the tracks like Wipeout, but the actual like tried to go for an arcade racer, and it just does not mesh as a racer. So yeah, they just gang up. Like, you have like a 2-3 second advantage from your nitro, and they just manage to sneak up and like surround your car and just like constantly swiping you. It's like, what is this, Road Rush? Like, this doesn't feel like a classic Sega arcade racer. Like, it feels like everyone in the race is against you and programmed to be against you. They don't go after each other, they just go against you. It's like Mad Max or something meets arcade racer. And yeah, it wouldn't be that bad, but like even on easy or normal, it seems like excessive. I was barely able to finish the first cup in first place and unlock the suit for my character, and I just stopped like right after that. I'm like, okay, I can't do like another 4 cups of this where it feels like Road Rash, but it's not supposed to be. But yeah, the driving system's like deeply flawed. I wouldn't pay the $20. It's like the game just has so many issues that seems to hurt the fun. Like, it's not fun, it's just the computer characters just play super dirty. And yeah, definitely the best perk is like, this game looks great, but like, you want to play the game for the gameplay and have fun, and it just feels like it's a $10 game. There's just too many issues with this. It's unfortunate because like we don't get many like games with polygon graphics, and especially racing games, very often, so it might be a long time before we get another one. So yeah, I guess I didn't give a score. I would say like a 5 out of 10. It's not horrible, but it's just at the same time, it's just, there's too many issues with it. And instead of a Hotshot racer, this is a cool down racer. So keep it hot, but not with a Hotshot racer. Bye.